Hello everyone and welcome to the SHAG Quickie Workshop. Today we're doing Mindful Booty. Our classes as always are sponsored by ICYMI. We have amazing ICYMI products. And if you are here at the in-store class, like the lovely folks that are here with us today, you get this in your goodie bag. If you're watching this online, you don't get a goodie bag, but you can come in and see us because you'll get a discount. You get a discount code at the end of this class. What's our discount? You have to tell me that later. Write it down. You'll have a discount code so you can come in and shop if you missed out today. So welcome, I'm Dirty Lola. I'm a sex educator based in Brooklyn. And today, to celebrate Anal August, we're talking about Mindful Booty. And this isn't your usual butt stuff class. Today we're gonna really talk about mindset and prep and getting into wherever you are in your butt journey. So first off, I wanna say that when people think about anal, they think immediately that it has to be a penis and an ass. That's not everything that anal is. There's so much more to it. When we talk about this, it could be fingers, mouth, toys, thank you, but also a penis. And you don't have to start. In fact, I recommend you never go from zero, which is like you've never done anything, to penis, which is working in the sex shop. We get a lot of folks coming in who are like, how do I make this easier? Because my person wants to have anal sex. And it's like, well, have you ever had anything in your butt? And they say no. And it's like, well, let's start from the beginning. So when you're thinking about where you're going with this, you have to think about where you are. So are you a super beginner? And what do you want out of it? If you're just trying to please your partner, maybe think about that a little bit because it should be about you as well. Because if you're not at all interested in it, it doesn't matter how relaxed you think you're going to be, it's not going to be comfortable for you. Because if you're just doing it to bring somebody else pleasure and it's not really enjoyable, you're not going to relax enough, you're not going to be in a good receiving mindset, you're going to be in this let's get it over with mindset, which is not going to lead to a lot of pleasure in your body. So that's number one. If you're curious about getting started, there's so many ways to get started and get your body ready for this. And number one, it's doing a little practice. I recommend getting gloves, get some sexy black nitrile gloves and a good lube. Here at SHAG, we have a wall of lube, but we also have, do I just have this one? Oh wait, I put it under here. We have some great lubes that are nice and thick that are really good for butt stuff. So we have the Sutil, and this one it's a thick formula with horny goatweed that aids in relaxation. And we have the Extends Pure Aqua, and that one's also pretty thick, so you want cush. It's not just about slickness with butt stuff, you want a little barrier, you want a little extra. Also, if you can get it more inside than outside, because having it outside your butthole does nothing. You really want it inside. If you can get lube shooters, we should get lube shooters. So you can you load it with lube, you put it in the butthole, and then it fills up the cavity. So it's extra lube, extra cush. It makes it easier to put fingers in there, which is a great place to start. Fingers, doing massage to the outside, massaging the inside, the scissoring, come hither. If you have a prostate, come hither feels great. If you have a G-spot, the wall between the vaginal canal and the anal canal is pretty thin, and depending on where yours is situated, because some are a little further up and some are further back, you can also stimulate the G-spot anally. When folks are having orgasms, usually what's happening is you're hitting your inner clitoris and via the G-spot, which is just the window through the vagina to your inner clitoris. So all of that, the pressure, which is why bigger toys feel good, or putting fingers in and pressing up can help with that. So starting with fingers, getting there, and then that also helps you figure out what you like or what feels good to you, because everyone is different. So it might feel good when it's going in, that ring of muscle, your sphincter. Some people really love that sensation of something going in. That feels amazing to some folks. Some folks like it a little deeper. Some folks really love that pressure feeling. So the bigger a toy or, more than one finger can add to that pressure. You can experiment without, we want you to spend money, but you can experiment by just buying some lube and some gloves and get started. Then once you decide, maybe I do want to keep going, I want to move up, you can decide what you want to do. So like, we're gonna get TMI. I do not like anal sex. I don't like the in and out. I love just having something sit there. I like the feeling of feeling full. That took practice. It also took trial and error. You're gonna have to try some stuff out. But a great way to, you know, figure out what you might like while also maybe prepping for bigger things is to move into a set. So we have a couple sets here at SHAG, but this one is the Playboy Pleasure set, and it comes with 3 different plugs. So you can move up on your own into a bigger to a bigger one. All of these help you figure out what you like, different sensation. Also, there's so many different kinds of plugs, different shapes, ones that vibrate. The world is your oyster. You're allowed to own more than one butt plug. You don't have to just have one. Everybody just like, I'm just looking for the one. You can have 4. You can have one that they all do different things. I skipped over this, but if we're still worried about relaxing when we're doing things, these are suppositories that help with relaxation. So this particular one's meant vaginally, but the company says you can use it anally. So you insert it, let it melt, and the herbs that it has in it helps your muscles relax. Not relax in the way of like, people are like, is things gonna fall out? Or am I gonna lose control? It's not numbing. You can still feel everything, which is super important. You don't wanna numb, you wanna relax. Numbing, you can't tell if it's hurting. And if you can't tell if something's hurting, you can't say stop and reset. So you need to be able to say, this is too much. It should be maybe slightly uncomfortable. You should feel pressure, but it should never be painful. Awesome. Part of a lot of what people have like issues with around anal is they think about the mess. And sometimes figuring out your prep with that can be a range of things. I feel like there's this big messaging that you have to like use the douche and you have to do like the whole fleet enema thing. You got to go do the whole shebang. You don't have to go that far. The first time you're trying something out, just taking a really good shower and cleaning the area really well. Going to the bathroom first and then taking a shower is good enough to just explore. If you're moving into things where you're using bigger toys, especially things that are long and deep, you might want to do a little bit more. That's where like douches come in. This is a reusable douche that you fill up with water. This one is made by Dew. So you can fill this up with water. It doesn't have any laxative in it, so you don't have to worry about any of that residual laxative like discomfort. And this can do a shallow clean. For deeper cleans, you'd probably use like the shower attached, douche, so that you can like really get in there. But that's only if you feel the need to do that. It's really personal choice. There's no right way or wrong way when it comes to prepping. It's between you and your person. Like whatever you decide is good enough for you. I have a friend, she's like, I don't care if you're putting it into my butt, poop might happen, and I'm not gonna eat a special diet so we can have anal sex. It's not happening. And some people do go as far as to do a whole diet. There's an Instagram account called The Bottom Digest, and he literally talks about like what to eat if you're bottoming and doing anal sex on the regular, and it's good healthy food. Keeps you regular, all the things, because normally the joke in the gay community is that bottoms don't eat. Or they're like, I'm gonna have sex tonight so I can't do brunch or I can't drink alcohol because they don't want to have poop happening. So I love The Bottom Digest because he's actually talking about food and how to treat your body well without abstaining or having to do like a starvation diet because you're gonna have some fun tonight. So those are all things to think about when you're doing any kind of butt stuff. If you're already experienced and you want to like move up, maybe you have anal sex but you've never tried toys and you want to like move into different sensations, we have things like anal beads, and again I mentioned we have tons of toys that are for butts that vibrate and they're different shapes. If you have a prostate, I don't know how many things we have now that are prostate, like 20. We have so many prostate toys that they move, they shape, they have different shapes, so they're going to touch different parts of your body. Some of them oscillate on their own. There's different ways to explore and go forward. We don't really sell super large butt toys because that's not audience, but we do have lovely dildos. So if you want to move up from like a plug to something penis-like, you can do that. This is by Blush. It's really nice and soft and pliable. We also have some dual density dildos that have a more of a real feel. They have a soft squishy outside and a hard core. So if you are already kind of in a place where you're like, I do this, but I want a little bit more, finding something that vibrates, finding something a little bit bigger, something that's slightly out of your comfort zone is a great way to move forward. Also, fun fact, you don't have to do that. You can just decide you want to stay where you are. Maybe you just want to maintain what you do. If you stop doing butt things, your butt's going to forget because, you know, just like the vagina, it doesn't stretch out. Your muscles become pliable and they get used to things. But if you stop using them, they get tight. Just like when you do yoga, you get really flexible. If you stop doing yoga for a while, you're not as flexible. It's not because, you know, your arms are stretching out super long and they stay like that forever. No, it's the muscles get warm, the muscles get used to being positioned. So think about that when you are doing butt stuff. Is like if you haven't done it for a while, like sometimes even a month, your butt's just like, you don't like me anymore, and it goes back. So don't be discouraged if you pull out like your favorite plug that's pretty large and you're having trouble getting it in. If it's been a while, you might need to start back over. So this is why if you do buy a set, keep the set. Or if you do have a cute beginner butt plug, like this cute one by Blush, don't get rid of it, because we all go through different things in life and there's reasons why we stop doing things. Maybe like butt stuff was the thing you did with your ex and you haven't done it with anybody new. And so when you get back into it, you might need to start over. So it's never a waste of money to like invest in like something like this and then hold on to it for when you might need to go back through and do a butt refresher. And then we have all these amazing books. People hate when I tell them to do homework, but if you were really invested in butt stuff and you're like, I really want to know all the things, all the ins and outs and arounds of butt things, there are so many books. We have that Anal Sex Basics. This is a great book. This is like a for everybody book. These two books are gendered. There's the Ultimate Guide to Anal Sex for Men. So basically it's if you have a prostate. So if you have a prostate, this is going to be the book for you. And this is the Ultimate Guide to Anal Sex for Women. If you have a G-spot area, this is going to be for you. So it's going to break it down a little bit more. We also have Tickle My Tush. So this is like an easy read. It's small, easy to get through. I think these two are a little easier if you're like not invested in doing this kind of deep reading. These are a little bit easier, but you should read, because it tells, all of these books have details on how to like get your body ready, how to set yourself up to win, and for aftercare, because it's important after you do anal sex to realize there's going to be maybe a little discomfort. You've just had something in an area that we don't normally keep things in. I mean, depending on who you are. Some people use it as a pocket. So if you don't, you know, afterwards you might feel a little comfortable, uncomfortable. It's normal, but knowing what to do, how to take care of yourself. These books have all those lovely details. And the main thing you need to remember is just your butt journey is your butt journey. Like your friend might tell you, I did all of these things and this is the way you have to do it. Yes, you can take your friend's advice, but your friend doesn't have your butthole and you don't have your friend's butthole. Everybody's butthole is different. So everybody's butt needs different things. Also remember, our eyes are always bigger than our butthole. People pick this up and they're like, this is so small, until you put it in your butt. And it's gonna feel really big. So don't go buying something that's way big. If you've never had anything in your butt, don't put something in your butt that's like 3 fingers wide. You will be sad about it. Also looking at the shape, so things that have a little bit more of aerodynamic are a little easier. You might find something like this and go, oh, it's small, yes, but it's also fat, and you have a lot less of a easy start. It goes from like tiny beginning to like boop. So these can be a little bit more painful. We have some glass plugs that are also like very bulbous, and even for a seasoned bottom, they can be a lot to put in sometimes because they don't have that like nice point to start with that eases things in. So you have to think about what you need. I always tell people keep notes. It's really good to like, or at least mental notes about what you like, what you need. Last time you've been doing that stuff, I met a new person that's really into it. I'm like, I like it. I just haven't been into it. So like, we're gonna have to break out the like baby plugs, but then you can tell me when to move up, and you turn it into a game. You don't need to impress anybody. Don't try to like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it because they like it, or I want them to like, yeah, I'm really into them and they're really into butt stuff. This is the last thing you want, is just letting somebody have at your asshole when you've not prepped it at all. So just keeping that in mind. Just laughing at Frankie. Do y'all have any questions? Anything you need to know, want to know? No? Good too? Does anybody here have questions? Wait. No questions. Wait. Fake people are complimenting my dress. Thank you. Now you're getting boob shots. All right. Well, if nobody has questions, remember we're always here at SHAG. You can call. Wait. I'm gonna. Don't worry, I didn't forget. We're always here. We do a quickie every month. We have a quickie workshop. You can check our website to see what we have coming up. And since you weren't in the shop, if you're online, you can use Booty23 on WeLoveShag.com to shop to get some fun treats. And when's our next class? I wasn't prepared. September 14th, and that's the Walk the Talk. So that one is ready to step up your communication game, whether it's with a partner, friend, in the bedroom, or with yourself. This workshop will help you identify your core truths, feelings, and desires, and be able to communicate them more effectively. And that's Carolyn or Artemis? Carolyn! So you'll get to see Carolyn next month. Thank you for watching. We love that y'all are watching and coming in to see us, and we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.